What's up, everybody? It's Mark at Dotson Man Diecast. Yeah, boy. So this video is one that I have a special viewer, Colby, my friend, waiting for this video. She's always asking me, what do I buy? Like, what do you like? What's this? What's that? What does this all mean? So, this is a beginner's guide to Hot Wheels. Now, I'm still learning things after at least 5 years of collecting every day. I'm learning something every day, multiple things. So there's a lot to take in. So this is kind of a quick beginner's guide, which is still not going to be super quick because there's a lot to learn. So here we go. I'm going to start with basically just some basics, basic cars. So here's your basic car here. This is one you're just going to see on the shelf. So this is your dollar, anywhere it ranges from anywhere from 94 cents at Walmart up to, maybe $1.29 or $1.30 at a GameStop. Now, this is a gasser. These are one of the more desirable cars. People love gassers. So this is your basic car. So, of course, this is a new one that just came out, very desirable. But this is your dollar car basically, so nothing super special about it, but we still gotta have them as collectors, so very cool. I'm not gonna get into the, this is 4 of 5 of the set. I'm not gonna get into all that because I honestly I'm not into that myself, so I don't know all the details on that. So there's your basic Hot Wheel. Then you've got your fantasy Hot Wheel here. This one is the, Carne, let me zoom in there real quick for you guys. Carne de Asada. So this is called a fantasy car. So this primarily for kids, for fun, so not a lot of, adult collectors would grab a car like this, but they might, because I did. I thought it was funny. I like it. So there's that. So this is another basic car. So this is like a dollar car, basic one. Okay, we call that a mainline. Mainline or basic. So there's a couple different names for it. Then we're gonna get into. I'll just go right to. So in the UK and different places, Australia, different parts of the world, these are called short cards. So as you can see, they're short little cards. So these are international cards. They're not from the US. And there are different cases on these things. So there's one short card. There's another short card there. One of my faves. These are all my faves. And then we got a Datsun 510 short card. I personally love short cards. I love them! I love them! No, this mic's not hooked up. I haven't hooked it up yet. I got a mic over here. Somebody commented about that in the last video. I didn't hear, it doesn't sound like it's hooked up. It's not. I'm sorry. It's just for show right now. I need an adapter for it. Anywho, so those are short cards. I love those. They're pretty hard to find here. Stores you're going to find those at least in my area in Washington. You're going to find that at Fred Meyer's. Generally not at Target or Walmart. Yeah, mainly Fred Meyer here for the Pacific Northwest area. If you're down in Arizona, it's going to be Kroger, and some other stores might have short cards. But I love them because they're small, they're compact, they're easier just to kind of put together, they're not so big, but they don't necessarily have the same cool art as some of the full-size cards do. So, off to the next car here. So we've got in a case comes with 72 cards. So A case, B case, C case, D case. They go in line throughout the year. So last year they went through the whole thing. This year they go A, B, C, D, E, F. Sometimes they skip numbers. So this, for example, I don't have it in front of me, but these ones are F case. So that says it right on the. It doesn't necessarily say it on the card, but it's going to have a number or a letter there that'll tell you what number. If it's international, it won't say it. So, on to the next thing. So, out of this box of 72, you're generally going to get a couple treasure hunts. So treasure hunts are a little bit more special and rare than the basic ones. Actually, quite a bit, because there's maybe just 1 or 2 per box. So there seems to always be some in the boxes. I'm sure you guys will. Some of you guys that are die-hard collectors that know all the thing, all the things and stuff about the things, will put that in the comments below. So go ahead and read those, because these guys, some of these guys know way more than I do. So this is a treasure hunt here. So you can look this stuff all up on the internet when the cases come out. It'll, and there's stuff on YouTube about what cars are what. So the main thing is, if you don't know what car it is, down below here, it says, it's hard to see, you kind of have to look under the car, but it says like, congratulations, we're celebrating 25 years of treasure hunts and you just found one. So let me see, I'm going to show you this other one real quick here. And they're sometimes different. So this one is also a treasure hunt. This is a treasure hunt. So on the bottom of this here, there's a treasure hunt insignia. So sorry, it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to move this camera down here. So there you go. So this is a treasure hunt. That insignia indicates that it's a treasure hunt. So there's the treasure hunts. A lot of people like to find these things. It's fun. I'm not super big on treasure hunts because I don't know, I just don't like all of them. I like some of them, don't like all of them. Okay, and then we're going to move on to out of the 72 box. This is something that happened in the last couple years. I don't know the exact year when they started doing ID cards, because ID cards haven't been out a super long time. So last couple years, we'll just say that. So ID cards are, they were originally sold, they're sold in boxes, and they race around the track, and they have little chips in the bottom of them. And the chips will indicate, like, how many laps you've done, and all that stuff, like your lap times. So you can buy those tracks. But for the regular collector, they're just kind of hard to find. So there may be 1 or 2 of these in a box. They seem to always be in boxes, as far as I know. So this is an ID card. You can't miss one of these. It's white, it says ID on it. It's pretty much impossible to miss. And then on the bottom, it has a clear bottom, and then it has a chip in there for the ID for the racetrack. So these are super cool. I've only found, gosh, maybe 3 of them. So they're not easy to find. Collectors and scalpers. And so since we're doing a collectors thing and beginners, we might as well talk about scalpers really quickly. Basically, I've been hitting them hard lately because they're no good. They'll take a card like this if it's really sought after. They'll take a card like this, and which is $1, and then if people are looking for it, they'll sell it for $5 or $10 on eBay, Mercari, or Marketplace on Facebook. So they're part of a main problem, because us collectors, we're out there trying to find these cars. It brings us a lot of joy. We have a lot of fun with it, and they're just trying to turn a few bucks on it. So not cool. So that's why you kind of have to be on top of things and check stores every day, every other day, and see what you can find. This is also, we have one more treasure hunt here. So you can see on the bottom there, it's got the little insignia, and it says, congratulations, you found a treasure hunt. So this one's called the Grass Chomper. So that's very cool. Alright, then we're going to talk about, we're just going to have your basic, I'm not going to go into all the packs, but this is a 5-pack. So you've got your, of course I've got the Datsun one, so this is a 5-pack, so this comes in packs of 5. It's the only way you can get it. Now, most of these cars are specific to the 5-pack, so you can't find these cars anywhere else. They're only in the 5-pack, so that's pretty cool. So if you, like for example, I want this 510, I gotta buy the 5-pack. These range in price anywhere from like $6 to $10, somewhere around there, depending on where you live, what country you live in, whatever. Alright, then we're gonna go and talk about, there's different sets out there. So basically there's series. So this one right here is I believe it's, what is this one called? I just forgot already. Oh, pearl and chrome, duh, it's white, it's kind of a pearl color. So there's a whole set of these things, and it's cool to find them all. So, I'm gonna put this down here. Bear with me here, I've got a lot of cars out here. I'm trying to organize them all. Alright, so, this is a full set of the cars. Right here. So we've got the full set of all these cars, and it shows on the back what cars you're looking for. So these are all the cars. Now one car that it doesn't show is there's a special kind of secret chase car. So they're called chase cars, and those ones are hard to find. They're kind of like the treasure hunt of the series. So this is the chase car right here. So it's gold, it's kind of flashy, not particularly the most awesome looking car in the world, but this is the chase car, so it's hard to find. So this one is not even on the back, it doesn't even tell you about it, so it's something you kind of have to know, or look up on the internet, or just learn from your friends, you know? So that's pretty cool. This is a really awesome series here. Then we've got, basically, here's another one of just like a series car here. So we've got this Porsche here, super cool art on the back. So some of these just have killer art on the back of them. And then it'll show you which, you know, the whole set here, so you can find them all. So there's 6 in this set here. And it's a pretty awesome set. They all have this really cool art on the back. Now, the art really makes the car, you know, valuable, but a lot of us collect and we don't really care so much about the value. We just love the car. So okay, and then we're just gonna finish up with basically the basics here. We've got here's another shorty. So I'm gonna show you like 3 different variations of the exact same car. So we've got a shorty Surf Patrol here. So this is a short card again, we learned about at the beginning. And then we have the full-size card right here, Surf Patrol, blue. Okay. And then, last but not least, this one's pretty hard to find. Then we have the Zamac. So the Zamac is basically a chrome type, polished aluminum type of car. And these are super awesome. So this is all the same casting, all the same car, even the same decals or decals or whatever, livery, whatever you want to call it. So that's super cool. Here's a couple other ones just so you know what they look like here. So here's another Zamac. That's a truck there, the Cyclone. And then the super cool McLaren Senna. Also a Zamac. Really easy to tell that they're Zamacs because, well, they say Zamac right on there. Very cool brushed aluminum finish. Awesome cars. So those are Zamacs. Now, there'll always be a mainline one, a regular one, and then there'll be a Zamac one. So, okay, so for example, since I have this nearby, here's the regular one, blue, here's the Zamac. So, yeah, people love to hoard those or scalp those too, so those are harder cars to find. Alright, so that's the Zamac there, basic, that's the same price as the regular ones. Basically 94 cents to $1 something. Okay, and then we're gonna get into, well, one more car actually here. This is another series. This is called Satin and Chrome. And then there is all the other cars here on the back. So it'll tell you, you know, which ones you are. Now some of these cars these ones are really hard to find, the Datsun 510s. They only had like maybe 1 per pack of a box that came out, so they're really hard to find, and people really like these ones. So these ones are hard to find. I've got a few of them. All right, so then we're gonna move on to basically just real quick on premium cars. So these are both Hot Wheel car culture, some of my favorite ones, and these are called premium cars. So right here you can see that they have really sweet wheels on them. And they have rubber tires. So as you can see, very cool wheels. They've got a metal base instead of a plastic base. And then they have really cool plastic wheels that are like deep dish, and then they have rubber tires. Very, very detailed car too. So they've got the front end painted and everything on most of these cars. Very cool car. This is part of a series as well. This is called the Door Slammer series. So as you look here, there's 5 cars total. There's Porsche, Alfa, BMW, Datsun, and then there's a Ford Escort. So this is a really awesome set. Of course, this is my favorite one, and pretty much everybody's favorite one, because this is an actual livery of an actual car. So that's what's cool about Hot Wheels. The card art is really awesome on this too, as you can see. Very, very cool. Now this is one that everybody that's been collecting for a long time knows. It's JH3, and that stands for Japanese Historic 3. So this is the 3rd series of this set. The first series, I'll show you real quick here. I have one nearby. Okay, this is JH3. This is the first series, Japanese Historics, and this is the Skyline. Really sought after one. So, and then there's a Datsun wagon, which I have somewhere. There's a Skyline, Toyota 2000 GT, and an RX-3. So very, very cool. Something like this goes for, I don't know, somewhere around 60, 70 bucks or something like that for that series, because it's a rare car, and that was from a while ago. So you'll find a car like this at Fred Meyer. You'll find it at possibly Target. Definitely going to find it at Target, and maybe Walmart as well. Those are going to be the main stores you're going to find them at. And then you've got some other sweet cars here. My other favorite car is the Datsun Sunny, of course, that yellow one. And we've got a Cosmo down at the bottom. We've got a Nissan Silvia, the green one, and we've got a City Turbo, which was only made, well, most of these were only made in Japan. In fact, all of them were only made in Japan. And thus the name Japanese Historics. Thanks, Mark. You're so informative. Alright, so moving on. We're going to talk about... Nah, I won't get there yet. I got one more to go. These are transport cars. So these are awesome. They come with a truck, and then they come with a car in the back of them. Now there's quite a few of these. I would imagine there's probably like 50 different variations minimum. And so these are really cool cars. It's kind of big and bulky. These range anywhere from about $13 to maybe $15 in the US. So for this series, there is 3 different cars. There's the Supernova, there's a gasser. This one is what you'd call a gasser right here, with it's all flared up, the car is all raked out. Then you've got your Skyline right here, and then you've got your Datsun 510 BRE. Stands for Brock Racing Enterprises. So these are all awesome, awesome cars. Cool livery. So these are something you should pick up for sure. Harder to find nowadays too, because people love to grab those. Okay. So we're gonna move on to Super Treasure Hunts. Super Treasure Hunts. So basically, Super Treasure Hunt is like the holy grail of the box. So basically, sorry, I'm gonna just make sure I connect here again. Lost me for a second. So basically, we've got, this is your main line from a few years ago. I think these are 2014. This is your main line Datsun 510 that came out in the 72 boxes. Very cool car. This June is the designer for this one. So he designed this car. This is the Bluebird, has the Bluebird front grille. So there's that. So that's the mainline one. That's the one that's about $1. And then there's the Super Treasure Hunt. Now these are, there's only about, the rule, roughly, no one really knows the exact amount, but there's about one per, anywhere from 6 to 8 boxes of 72. So pretty rare, pretty hard to find. Nowadays with the scalpers, they're buying them for $1. They're getting them out before they even get out of the back of the store, and then they're selling them for a bunch of money online because people are buying them. So definitely not cool. So this is something that's very hard to find. So this one, like the last one, it has rubber wheels on it. The paint is completely different. It's Spectre Flame. So, and then it says on the bottom, it says, it's really going to be really hard to see, but it says, it's got the insignia, it says Super Treasure Hunt. but just the look of this thing is it also, this one specifically has a right here, we've got a TH for treasure hunt. It's on the actual car itself. So, and then I'm gonna put these side by side, and you can see a huge difference between these two cars. Regular, basic, super treasure hunt. Now, this car is worth about, I don't know, $10, $15 now, and this was back at 14. This car is worth about $300 to $400 on the minimum right now. Some of them are worth a lot more if they're signed, and I have one of those as well. So lots of value, lots of rarity in those. Not why I collect them, I just love them. We're going to show you a couple other ones, and then we'll move on to convention cars real quick, and then we'll be done. So this is another basic car. This is your twin turbo 300ZX. I couldn't find the blue one. I know I have it, but I didn't have time to find it tonight. So I'm going to show you the super treasure hunt of it. So I just found this one recently. So this one says TH on it as well. Right over here, it's got a TH on the car. So you can see a big difference. This one has basic little plastic wheels. Paint's nothing special. And then you look at this one, it has Spectre Flame. Really awesome paint on it, and then it has those premium wheels and with the rubber on them. So that's a super treasure hunt. That's what you're looking for out there. That's really hard to find. These ones are easy to find. All right, so we're almost there. So I'm kind of going from what you're going to find in stores all the way up. So then we'll do real quick. This is a RLC car. So it stands for Red Line Club. So this is a club you can join online. It's Hot Wheels Club, and basically they only make a certain amount of them. This one they made 5,000 cars of, so limited run. This is one of my favorite cars of all time. So limited run. This car itself is 2869, so it's the 2800th car that they made. So it's about, a mid number, not low. So you can get on their site, they'll go live, and then basically they only sell 5,000 of them, so they'll sell them for, I think, somewhere around anywhere from $25 to $25-ish or something like that. Then you pay for shipping. So they sell them till they run out, basically. And RLC, their site's pretty terrible, so it crashes, and good luck getting one of these. Now, they can go way up in value too, so this one probably sold for somewhere around 25 bucks. Now it's worth about $300 to $400 for this car. So because of its rarity, and people love Datsun 510s, why wouldn't they? I love them. I have one. I love them. Okay, sorry. Then we have your convention cars. So this is a convention car. Something like this, you gotta wait in line there at the convention. It's Hot Wheels conventions. They've got cars. It's a really cool thing. So if you're a collector, it's something you definitely want to go to. This also has the rubber wheels, Spectre Flame paint. This is also a June design, like this one right over here. Also June. So this is something you get at the convention, the Hot Wheels convention. And something like this goes way up in value too, because this probably sold for around $40 or somewhere around there in the US, and now it's worth probably about $125 as of the last couple months. Okay. Then these are the second most popular cars, opposed to the Datsun 510. This is from the Legends Tour, so also a convention. And then you see that it has the Spectre Flame type of paint on there, and it's got the rubber wheels. And something like this also went for around, I don't know, 40 bucks or so if you stayed in line and got it and bought it. And now this car is worth somewhere around 100 bucks, somewhere in that area, 80 to 100 bucks. So they're valuable, but they're awesome, and I don't have, the only thing I really do is just trade it for something else. So that's pretty much the gist of it, of Hot Wheel collecting. Then basically, I'll just touch real quick. You've got your 90s cars. These are ones you're gonna find at pawn shops and at garage sales and stuff like that. There's not a huge value in these cars. They didn't have the best castings. I don't have a treasure hunt one on. They didn't have super treasure hunts back then, so they didn't have the really valuable ones. They did have treasure hunts, and they have a little, basically a little grain emblem right here, and it says treasure hunt on it, and they have rubber tires. So look out for those if you're at garage sales or at pawn shops or, you know, swap meets and stuff like that, because those are really cool. So alright guys, that's about it. That's my that's just for you, Colby, and some other people. I've got family and friends that are always asking me, what are you looking for? What is this? What is that? So if you're curious, watch this video, watch it twice, and I'm glad to answer any questions down below. Make sure to like and comment in the videos. I'd like to hear you guys' feedback on how I did explaining things, and maybe throw some stuff in there that I missed, and I can do another video and kind of touch on some other things. I know there's other things out there like mail-in cars and stuff like that. I'm not going to get to those tonight, but this is kind of the basic rules for Hot Wheel collecting. So love all you guys. Thank you for subscribing. I'm going to point at you for just a couple more seconds here and make it awkward. Okay, I'm done with that. So love you guys. Peace out.